Good morning, traders. First, I'd like to make a disclaimer. I'm not a professional. I'm not offering any financial advice. I'm just trading my own personal account. This is real money, a real account, live account. It's got $8,854 in there right now. Market changes for the market's gonna open in 1 minute. Market's gonna open in 1 minute, and let's see how things go today. So my goal is, let's see, oh boy. My goal is to add one position on the open. The market seems to be going upwards. I have a feeling that we're going to climb higher today. I think it's going to be a continuation from yesterday's well, yesterday it dropped, right? But if you guys notice video from yesterday, I have, hold on, market is open now. Okay, so take a position. Let's see how long this lasts. Might not last very long because, let's see, I got in at 23,641. Oh, okay. Actually, we're making money. We're in the right direction, right on the open. Let's see what my margin says on the fourth contract. We have 3 right now, and I cannot afford it. I need $400 more. Okay, but this is a good opportunity for me to make some comments that I wanted to make. Um, so let's see. So I carried 2 contracts overnight. My closing balance yesterday, let's say as of 1 p.m., was about, I think it was, I should write these things down, but it was about $8,400. Right now, the account value is $9,000. Yesterday it was 79. Again, I should write these things down, but it was like 79.34, 79.84. I don't even know. But I know it's slightly under 8,000. Right now, we're slightly over 9,000. We are now up $500. Big opening, up 90 points. I think when the video started a minute ago, it was only like, what was it? God, I really need to write these things down, right? But anyways, we have a big green candle that, I'm not really looking at these candles like probably like other people look at. I look at things like the change of day, right? So we have, let's see, my account is up 6% as of yesterday's close, $552 plus 93 on the market. Now, right now, I think I'm really close to what would look like that the market and I are on par because every point is once again $6. If this hits 100 and I have 600 here, then we're on par. But I'm not. That's what I'm trying to say. Yesterday the market closed at 8,400. I opened at I think today like at 89, right? So there's a $500 difference. That $500, I did some calculations based on 4 contracts, 2 contracts, which is what I was carrying overnight. It's 125 points. But based on like, which I didn't have it, right? Based on 3 contracts, which is $6 a point, it would be something like, I think the difference is 100 points because I was doing some numbers. So we had a 100 point change in equity value, right? Because I closed, again, I'm going to repeat this. I closed at about 84 and some change, $8,400 plus, right? Not quite 8,500, but 84. So yesterday my open was 79, mid 79-ish. Then it climbed up to 84 by the close, and now we're at 94. So, and we're on the open. So there's a $500 difference. That happened because I repositioned myself and I beat the market out of approximately 100 points that are not showing up today. Right? They're not showing up because they were like blended in with these numbers. So these numbers are not telling the truth. I'm actually ahead of the market about 100 points. So my market value should say, if this isn't reflecting that either, but it should say like where Rudy is up 200 points, the market is up 100 points because I'm carrying it over from yesterday in a sense. You see. So if you look at this area right here, it says long 3, right? But my average price is 23,581. The market is 23,731. So plus 100 points, what would that be? 23,681. And you subtract that from this 23,730, for example. So it's like 50-point difference, right? So even that right there, you see how these numbers, they're not making sense right now, right? But anyways, today's goal is, you know what? I just said something earlier. Let me see. Let me take a peek at this. We are close to being able to afford the 4th contract. Now the issue here is I'm like $100 away from being able to purchase one more contract to make this an $8 per point move. But this is where things get tricky, right? So the market was up 100, now is only up 70. It's pulled back 30 points, right? Can I go back to 0? Maybe. Um, but no doubt the trend is pointing upward. We have an upward movement today, so it may close out where I make no money, where all this money that we have right now, specifically the $400 that are here, get taken out. The only way I can, so I'm not going to add a 4th contract. I'm just going to play this and I'm going to let it ride. We'll see where it goes. But what I'm going to do is I am going to add a stop loss. And that's just to put me at worst case scenarios where I get to keep 9,000, right? Which would be a difference of, I don't know, like a $600 gain for as of yesterday's close, or a $500 gain. Depends what the actual numbers are. So I can give myself a stop loss line, which will be based on, let's just say like this number. You see this number right here, 378. So let's do some math. Here's my calculator. Okay. So we have, let's just pick a number, right? So like, let's just say, we have to remember this. So 690. So 350 divided by 6, 58 points, right? 58 points, and we have 23,690 minus 58. My stop loss needs to be at 23,632. Here it is. There's next one. 23,632. Anyways, it's hard to see here, but I can type it out over here. 630, 32. There we go. Now, boom, I have a stop loss. So my stop loss is somewhere in this area over here. And if you look at this yellow flag, I'm going to call it a flag. This yellow flag, it says that the market is currently as 23,712. So it literally has to drop about, like right now, it has to drop, what? Oh boy, 30, so 70, 80, 85 points. It has to drop 85 points so that I can lose my positive money today, but I'll still get to keep, this is incorrect. I'll still get to keep $9,000. Let me show you why it's not correct. This thing keeps like flickering around. There we go. So I actually have 92. Oh, wait a second. So if I take, is that correct? Let me check again. Maybe I did the math wrong. No, I didn't. So 300. Oh yeah, I did do the math wrong. Hold on. So it's only at 300. So 300 divided by 6, 50 points. 50. So 23,720. Oh, well, my stuff needs to be much higher. 23,720 minus 50, right? So 70. And then to keep 9,000. Okay. Well, 670. I wonder what'll happen. Let's find out. Updated. There it is. 23,670. So this is a live active stop loss. If the market starts dropping and it has to drop 50 points, then I'll lose the $300 and I'll get to keep 9,000. Let's see how long this lasts. So, yeah, it's nothing but paranoia, but I can tell you one thing. Let's say you place a stop loss somewhere up here, right? Somewhere like, let's just do this little. Let's say we place a stop loss like here. Well, the chances of this being taken out as a stop loss, I'm going to say they're like 100%, right? Because the market, see, there goes, boom, that stop loss has been taken out. See what I'm saying? The market is constantly fidgeting up and down, constantly hunting around. It's almost like it moves up and down to see where traders have placed their stop losses. And in my opinion, it knows that they've placed it fairly close to where the current price is because people are constantly getting in and getting out at any level. So there's always like some of this movement that you're seeing. The general direction, the general trend is something that's probably more important than all this movement. So the general trend today, in my opinion, it's long. So we're up from the open, I don't know, maybe let's just say 50 points, right? But in order for the market to take this away, right, it has to drop, and at the same time, that's a gigantic move, right? It can't happen. But what's a catalyst that can make the market pull back to this area? Well, really, it should be like down here. But what's the catalyst? You know, it could be like, I don't know, like the Fed talking, or maybe some kind of political unrest that's like immediate news that gets released, and I don't know, it's going to impact like oil or something, oil prices, or a tariff that Donald Trump may want to add or increase or whatnot. But and so it's like things that are like out of my control, and the market is really reactive. But that's when those huge moves, like within like 2-3 seconds, like this will say like 23,715, and then it'll like move itself 100 points, 23,612, in a blink of an eye. It wouldn't even casually make its way down there. It'll be like instantaneous. So what'll happen is like this will get taken out. And to be fair and honest, I don't even know what's happening today. I'm just playing the trend. The trend is my friend. I know that the market is moving higher. Um, at some point, I'm gonna have to consider if it's moved potentially to its high point, right? Like where is it? Or is it gonna retract and take me out? But I like where I'm at right now. Again, just like I was saying yesterday, over and over again. Today's a little tougher. I would be trying to trade this to see if I can reposition myself over and over again. But um, but I think I'm gonna let it just trade on its own for now without my intervention. So, anyways, I'm gonna pause it, I'm gonna take a break, and we'll see how the market does. But my suspicion is that we're gonna have a plus 100 point gain day today, even though it's pulling back. And and we'll see how right I am. And then today I may close it out. Today I may close out the entire position and then check to see how it does for tomorrow, because um, just to reposition myself again. So, anyways, so we'll see. Market update is 7:14 a.m. So the market dropped really fast. It's hard to see on these things, but it dropped really fast. Um, it did push me out. I did reposition myself. I now have, let's see, I still have 93.31. The market is up 37 points. I'm up like $500. So let's check the difference, because I did some trades. I was just trading and making some adjustments. So let's see. So if we take 500 divided by 6, 83 minus 35. So I'm up 48 points on today's session. And that's not including what I was claiming that I'm up from yesterday, which is possibly 100 points. So there's like a difference of like 148 points from yesterday, because yesterday the close was, again, it was about, let's just round it off, right? So 93.31 minus 8,500 divided by, so if you divide it by 6, let's just say 6, but I carried it over with 4, right? $4, $6 a point, or $4 a point, but let's just do 6, right? Even though I didn't have that, I had $4 a point last night. So the difference is 138 points from yesterday, right? Um, so that means that the market yesterday would have closed at, let's see, 23,658 minus 130. I think it was 136. So 23. That would have been like the closing price yesterday, 23,522. 522. So it would have closed like somewhere right here, I believe. Right about there. But it didn't. The market closed. I don't even know where it closed at. The point is that market is definitely like out of, it's not reporting my actual gain, right? That's the difference, because I closed at 84 yesterday. So let's say if I wouldn't have done the overnight trade, right? So 9,300 minus like 8,500. Did I do this already? Divided by 6, 133. So this should say 133. Instead it says 30. See the difference? It's a big difference. Anyways, we'll see where this market goes. For now, I once again am very comfortable with the position that I'm in. It's up 27. I'm up 434. I'm trading 3 contracts. My average price, 655. It's right at my average price where I repositioned myself that I was talking about. So we'll see. We'll see how this continues to trade. Okay, market update. Market is up 34 points, or 25 points. Um, I'm still positive in my day of change gain. But I do want to make a comment. So just reviewing the opening. The opening was a really strong rise, right? So we have this. By the way, I'm colorblind, so I'm just gonna guess. This is green, I believe, because I can tell this is red and this is different. So here we are, green candle, huge run up. Something I have no clue what it was. I was tuning into some guys talking in one of these YouTube channels. They were saying that S&P was selling off. So I don't know if that dragged the market, the Nasdaq down. This is the Nasdaq, and so we took quite a plunge, made a bit of a recovery. We're bouncing around in this area. So we're only 33. We were up as high as 100, I think it was. I think we talked a little bit ago, and it was plus 100. But what I'm trying to say with this is that based on market behavior, right? So we have strong open, huge pullback, kind of went back to whatever this is, plus 30, plus 28. Um, I'm gonna I'm gonna change my view on the market. It may still close higher, but I'm much more neutral now, and now I'm actually thinking that it's probably gonna push lower, a little lower actually, close to, because you see we're now at plus, what is that? Plus 18. So I'm sort of compelled to sell it, to call it a day, and just just go about my business. It's not an easy decision to make because one of my biases is that the market is going to close higher. But this change in momentum, this change in trend, is now it has me thinking differently. So as a trader, that's basically what needs to happen. We have to analyze, reanalyze, and come up with some kind of a thought. Okay, in my opinion, this market looks like it's going to float around here. I'm hoping it goes higher. I may just exit the whole thing if it drops to like 23,630, and I'll stay above 9,000 for sure. There's no doubt about it. Um, and hopefully the market will just keep pushing higher so I can just get further away from where I think my exit should be, which my exit I think should be somewhere over here. But as you can tell, the market is rapidly changing, right? And so adjusting yourself to the rapid changes, um, sometimes it happens so fast you can't even adjust yourself. But oftentimes, you just have to be quick on your feet. So right now, that's a decision I'm trying to make. Plus 16 points doesn't seem very lucrative. Seems like the market is weak, right? Internally weak. Looks like it's gonna try to push lower. That's my new bias, and how to deal with that. So anyway, so for now, just keep watching it. I'm still in a really good position because look at that. Market's only up 15. I'm up $354. So that's a huge difference, right? Because I'm beating the market yet again. So we'll see how it goes. I'm gonna consider selling soon. Maybe if this turns to zero, right? Because right now we're plus 17. If it drops to like zero, just call it a day and collect profits, and on I go. So we'll see. We'll find out. Let's see what I actually end up doing. Okay, market update. Let's see. So the market is up 24 points. I'm up $531. That change happened because I just I repositioned myself, or let's just say I'm calling it reposition, but I traded. I did a scalp trade, and then I'm back in the market. So now my average, you see, there's a change here. Like my long position is 623, 656. But when you take this number, right? Let's take again 552 divided by 692 minus 23. I'm up about 69, 70, somewhere around there, 70 points. So earlier, I know I was up, I think 40 something. I'm up 70 points on the market. So I'm actually really considering adding the fourth contract. I currently, according to this overview, it says here, developer funds are insufficient to purchase the fourth contract. The fourth, I need to go beyond 94.21. I currently have 93.76, but then I'll be able to go from 3, add 1, and end up with 4. So that'll put me at $8 a point. And my market bias has returned to where we are going higher. I now have a feeling that this market is going to push higher. So there's a potential, it's not a lot of money, but let's just say that, hold on, let's see, maybe I can get it now. Let's find out. We're really close to being able to buy that fourth contract. So like, let's say I add that fourth contract, right? Let's say the market drops 50 points. Then I'll lose an extra $100. But an extra $100, right, is well worth my loss. If the market starts pulling back, I'll just sell the whole thing. But I believe I'll still stay above 9,000, which is sort of like today's goal, like just stay above 9,000. That way I can say that I made $1,000 from yesterday's open to today's open. And we are very close. We're only like $10 away from being able to purchase the fourth contract. So I'm going to keep trying to get in. I think it's going to happen very shortly. Let's see. Oh, maybe even now. Let's check it. Oh, guess what? I can get in. Oh, got it. So we are now at the fourth contract. I'm long 4 contracts. My average price 23,657. The market is up 37 points. If this goes up to, let's just say that this goes up to a plus 100, right? So that's 7 times 8 now. So 7 times 8, let's see, 7 times 8, 56, right? $560. So we're going to be able to add $560 to that. Oh boy, I lost my position, but let's say it's 560 plus 600, right? Plus 600, it's like $1,100. The change of date will be something like around that price. So right now we're at 700. Let's see, we're market, I think, let's see, so $702 or 8.212 whatever percent. Market is up 44. I'm up 700. The count value, it's updated. It says here that I have $9,600. And the market is plus 64. So yeah, so my bias is back. I now think that we're going to go plus 100 on today. And so that'll clear me for over $1,000 in profit from yesterday to today. So anyways, or however anybody wants to see this. They want to see today as an $800 day, or because it is a portion of it is part of a swing that happened yesterday where I closed. I'm already up 1,000 from that. I closed at 84. I'm at 96. So you see, I'm already up over 1,000. But this is going to likely read maybe $1,000 by the end of the day. So let's find out. Market update. Okay, so we are now at $1,100, or it's $1,183 plus 91. Account balance is 9,820. Change of value from yesterday, it's close to 1,500. Market is plus 91. So the market did rise up. My bias changed because remember I was briefly thinking, what? This market is weak, but it opened really strong. We're now in that area where it's gonna like test itself again to see if it go higher, which I think it can. I think it can. This thing is gonna go up to like 120 plus, right? I have $1,100, but now I'm trading 4 contracts. I think we talked about that briefly because I entered a fourth contract at 23,659. So we're now, what is that? 40 plus 20. Oh, look at that. 66 points higher on that second contract. So we're up 66 points. And overall, even on this one, let's just play with some numbers. So, and I know it doesn't even count, but this is this change of value, right? See, it's now that I have like the fourth contract, it changes, right? Minus 141, minus 97. I'm still up 44 on that, but that number is not truly averaged out properly because I was trading 3 and then I added the fourth, so you know. But anyways, but the point is, my goal is just to keep $9,000 for today, so I can trade them tomorrow. But if it wants to go higher, that's up to the market. I'm not gonna get in its way. I'm gonna let it do what it's gonna do. And in the meantime, I just want to also highlight that it's going to be 8 o'clock in 3 minutes. So I've been trading for about an hour and a half, up $1,135, right? That's quite a bit of money. But these things happen. So now the account says that it's up 12%. 12% reflected off of this value. And so yeah, so I do like it. It's plus 100. I'll consider again keeping at least, I don't know. I know I said I want to keep at least 9,000, but what if I want to keep $1,000 profit, right? So if this drops like $121, I'll get out and I'll stay out, and then I'll just call it a day. I do. I will have to make that decision because this is gonna like bounce up and down, and it's gonna go in and out of like, where it's gonna say like 900 and something, 1,100, 900, 1,100. So 12% for a 1 day gain, that's pretty darn good. You're not gonna get that at the bank, I'll tell you that right now. But again, this does come with a lot of downside risk as well. The downside risk is heavy. You just have to have maybe experience in risk management. My risk management is a little loose and lax. It just depends, right? There's a lot of variables that I use to factor in my risk management. But for now, we are positive, and I'm gonna just keep an eye out, just briefly, just see what I want to do next, because I am satisfied with the current game, and this could be more than enough for today. And I can use these $1,000 to trade tomorrow, right? I can trade the fourth contract again tomorrow, and we'll see how we do. So let's find out. I just had a thought. I'm gonna sell it. That's it. Sold. Sold for, I don't know what's. If it drops down, I'll get in again. Let's say it goes down to like 23,700. I'll consider buying it. But I'm locking in 1,065. I think this is going to rise further, right? But it may have a short-term pullback. Might allow me to get back in at a better price. For now, we'll just see. So I'll ready myself to get in if it drops. Oh, look at that. It's dropping, right? Let's say, I'll just pick a random number. Like 705, 23,705. I don't know if it's going to go there. And if it does, that means I'm repositioning myself, right? Like I'm averaging in like better numbers against the market. So let's see. Anyways, I'll pause it for now. So I think we're going to wrap up today. I did sell my position. I'm currently, if you look here, is 0. The market is going higher. I sold first loss of the day. I am profiting $1,000. I'm just gonna leave it at that. I'm happy with today's change. I don't know how high the market can go, but this is my trade log. I opened at 6:30 and 1 second, so right at the open. I bought the third contract because I opened the day with 2 contracts, added the third, and I don't know, somewhere around there I bought and sold, so I covered my position or got rid of my position, and it made me $464. And then 2 minutes later I made $60. 2 minutes later I made $127. A minute later I made $87. Was this 20 minutes later I made 74, and then another minute later I made 60 more bucks. And then I don't even know what happened here, but there's a $400 gain here, which happened like 20 minutes later again, huh? 400. So this is my loss, my $46 loss. It just happened at 8:06, and I am done for the day. So today I did fairly well, and I'm just gonna call it a day, and that's it. I'm gonna go see what else I can take care of today. Anyways, thanks for watching. Everybody have a good day, and see you tomorrow.